What is up, everybody? Holy smokes, I'm rocking the table, trying to get it all situated, ready to go on time. My goodness. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Black Line Brief. I am your host, Matthew McKim, and we're going to have a great show for y'all tonight. Hopefully everybody is here that is supposed to be here. All right, let's get a couple housekeeping things, administrative tasks taken care of. If you guys can do me a favor as you come in and get settled, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe. It's the best way to help support this channel. And I always am grateful and very thankful for when you do so. All right, man, so much to cover tonight. I have like 20 tabs. Hopefully you guys are down for the ride. It's going to be good. Also, hopefully we got some people here that are down to do some research as well, because I've done some like rudimentary research so far with the little time that I had today to straight out prove that Andrew Kolvet, TPUSA, Erika Kirk, Neff, they're all lying, that they're lying about the video. Okay. And like for the most part, we already know that they are, but then like they did a show today on it thinking that they've debunked, Candace and everyone else, but they didn't. And furthermore, I think the video that Candace released of him, that's a little bit more of a clip from that event, it kind of proves they're lying. And I'll build it out for you. All right. Let's see. I don't know if some people are here that aren't in the chat, but there's two people that, I just want to say this on the front end because I don't know if they're going to be able to stay very long, but let me pull it up. Where am I? Let me go. Oh, I don't want to lose that. I should pull up a new tab maybe. Yeah, I should pull up a new tab. Hopefully it doesn't make StreamYard mad. Oh, thank you, Jed. Gifted one Black Line Brief membership. Thank you, Jed. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you doing that. Let me pull this up. X. Bam. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let's see. Profile. No, I need to go to my chat. All right. So on X, there's a person that's become pretty, a friend, I guess, as much as you can be friends with people online. But Matthew St. Baker, he's an Aussie, man. He's holding it down, and his good buddy Muppet. And look, I'll just say this on the front end, Muppet, I never meant anything bad when I said your name that one time. I did say it maybe in a derogatory way. I said like a Muppet, but I didn't mean it like that. Also, I could be influenced at times, and that's one of the things that I've learned about this is the more associated you are with other creators, it's hard to stay. It's not impossible, but you have to work actively to just stay true to you, and people that I thought I could trust at different times definitely swayed me in different directions. Also, because I thought I could trust them and they say certain things and then you're acting on that information. And so, Muppet, sorry if I ever offended you, my man. But you and Matthew St. Baker are good people, and I appreciate you guys. So I just wanted to say that on the front end. But so Matthew St. Baker, they're Aussies, right? And let's see, where did it write? So this is totally off base. Well, okay, maybe I'll save that for the end. I'll save that for the end when we talk about Aaron Molan, because they gave me some more scoops on Aaron Molan or Milan or whatever, but that's really not about tonight. I just wanted to say thank you to Matt and to Muppet and Muppet. We're cool. Hopefully we're cool. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's start. Let's just start with the Charlie Kirk show today. All right, with Andrew Kolvet and Neff. Let's see if we get past the long interview. Yeah, let's get right to the beginning. Here we go.
All right, welcome to the Charlie Kirk Show. It's Monday, June 8th, 2026. We are here in Phoenix, Arizona at the Y-Refi studio. Honored to be with y'all. How we doing, Blake?
Oh, we're doing amazing.
You know, I'm just bummed that you were not with us at WLS. You missed it. It was a great event. Let me just tell you. So
I'm like, I don't want to crash the women's event.
It's kind of weird. I'm actually glad you didn't come, but we're trying to get you hitched anyways. Maybe it was a terrible.
It would be.
He's glad that he didn't come. That's hilarious. Also, just to note, Andrew Kolvet and Blake Neff, like every day that they're on the air and that they are using Charlie's name, they're literally riding on Charlie's hard work and legacy, and they are literally destroying it every day. They are so painful to watch. I think that even some of the things that they do over the weekends where they drum up all this drama, right? They do it. And who knows, that lady screaming, Erika Kirk protects PD files. Maybe she's real. Maybe she was paid to do that. I don't know. Because then, like, without some of these incidents, right? TPUSA, no one would, I mean, okay, there is some people watching them. I feel bad for those people. But most people aren't watching them. It's so hard. They're not intellectual. They're not articulate. They don't have really good points. They're clearly pushing narratives that are to hold up and, firm the establishment side, right? And so it's just unreal watching these guys get up here every day thinking, I don't know, maybe they're in an echo chamber and people are telling them like, you're doing a great job. Or they just know that they suck. I don't know. All right.
They could let the women have their women's event.
You got to find your own way here. You can't be going to WLS. All right, listen, here's the thing. I am a fish out of water at that event too. I mean, it's 3,000, so it's the biggest women's leadership summit that we've had. It was in San Antonio. It was amazing. Next year it's going to be actually in Florida, in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. But it was amazing. It was amazing to see this many young women out, and basically the things they were saying too, by the way. It's like
Andrew's going to trip over his words so many times. It's unreal. He's like, it's so nice to see so many young women.
Like none of this boss babe stuff, none of this, freeze your eggs stuff. I mean, it's all, these are women that are really going to, I think, be the future of the country. And so,
like Alex Clark and her gay husband. And nothing wrong. I'm just saying, like, she's passing him off like this is some sort of thing that, she just nailed down this man, got him to commit. No. Seems like an arranged, mutually beneficial arrangement marriage.
So many ways, because they want to have families. They want to have lots of kids. They want to get married.
They'll be the future, unlike the feminist alternative that literally won't be.
They don't.
They won't have kids.
They won't breed. We're going to outbreed them, and that's a good thing. Children are a blessing. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but J.D. Vance had that great excerpt from his book in the Wall Street Journal where he was talking about how Erika, after Charlie was killed, lamented they only had 2 kids, and then that encouraged and convinced Usha to have their 4th child.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
I don't buy that one bit. Do you guys buy that? Do you guys really believe that? I don't believe that. I don't believe. And furthermore, what's really sickening is that I really think that JD put all this stuff about Charlie in his book so that people would buy it, because it's like, oh, JD's got behind the scenes information and knowledge and stories about Charlie, and he's talking about Charlie, and he's plugging his book, and then he releases this like couple pages from his book about Charlie. Every time these people talk about a book that they just wrote, and we know that's a product placement thing. They're saying that to like direct people to go buy it, but they say it when they're talking about Charlie. To me, it's just disgusting. It really is, and it really, to me, shows that like what they're doing. That's just my opinion, that's what they're trying to do, that they're trying to get people to go buy their book while they're talking about their friendship and relationship with Charlie. Is just nuts. The real meat and potatoes about why we're watching this, it's going to be about the AI video, the fake video, or even if it's a real video that was AI manipulated, right? Because there's weird things about Charlie's fingers. The Turning Point logo in the back moves. His mole is gone. His eyelid and his ears. Well, I mean, he always had like this thing that looked like his ear was like kind of cut off. So I don't know that his ears messed up because of AI, but his teeth and his right eyelid is messed up. But we're really going to get into could that video at all even be from 2025 like they claim it to be? Because it can't. And Charlie's going to prove it, and I'm going to show you.
Anyways, the point is children are a blessing. People that talk about it like we say this because we just want women to be birthing factories and all that stuff. It's garbage. We want women to be happy, productive, fulfilled. We believe there's a design for creation, and having kids is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We should celebrate it and not stigmatize it. Too much of our culture has stigmatized. Now, does that mean that women can't do whatever they want? No, of course they can do whatever they want. It's still America. Do whatever you want. But it's what the values that we prioritize and that we encourage and we celebrate. That's all it is. We celebrate families. We celebrate beautiful, beautiful children. And gosh, man, there's a lot of them. A lot of young moms there. There's about 2/3 of it were students. 2/3 of it were students. About 1/3 of it was like young moms. So it was a great mix.
It is true that it used to be called Young Women's Leadership Summit. I saw Candace's post over the weekend that they had to rename it. Because they've lost the youth in conservative Christian females within America. I don't know that that's it. I think they're all about the money. And so don't tailor an event just to a smaller demographic of women, right? Like tailor an event to all Christian women. And I just think it was a smart thing. I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying, I don't think it was necessarily because they lost Christian conservative women, because honestly, there's probably a lot that aren't in support of them, but I think there really is still a lot that do support them. But I really think that they did it so that they can make it more all encompassing to get more people. And believe it or not, if you're over 36, it costs more to go to this event. And the older you are, the more it costs to go to that, the WLS. But all right, Renita, let's see. If a woman is a gay man's beard, what is Alex Clark's fiance? That's got to be a term for it. No? Yeah, is that her purse? I like that. He's her purse, or she's his purse. Interesting. What's the official term? I like that. Yeah. I think you could take a vote on it. Maybe I'll do a poll. I can do a poll when I have more time to do it, right? Let's keep going, though. I think that's hilarious. Renita, you are one of our resident comedians in this community. Hands down, Renita.
We got some great clips here. How about we play one of those young moms? Riley Gaines was up there, and she talked about becoming a parent. Let's get clip 24.
Now that I'm raising a daughter in this...
I like Riley Gaines, but that's not the point of this. All right, let's back up a little bit. Let's bang up a little bit more. A little bit. Right. All right, right here.
Standard, I want her to know that strong is beautiful.
Yeah, well, Riley, I don't know if you've ever been around Riley.
We did the interview at Amfest.
That's right. Yeah. Looks like she can bench press you.
Yeah.
You know?
She could bench press Blake. Yes. She could probably snap Blake, right? Blake a little twig. Blake Twiggy, the Twiggy Figgy, known as Blake Neff.
No,
it was very intimidating. She said, a lot of women have, tough childbirths. Mine was really easy. I want to have another kid right away. I'm like, okay, that's not necessarily the most common thing, but God bless her. Let's hope she has a kid right away.
Blake being unmarried, unengaged, not dating, just an incel, shouldn't be commenting on anything at all. I mean, you can comment on whatever you want. We're all human. There's freedom of speech, hands down. No matter what. Yeah. But I just say, I digress. Blake shouldn't talk about that.
Erika did a phenomenal job.
Yes, she did.
She just did so much, so many one-liners that went viral. I mean, I could literally pick any of these. Let's go ahead and
wait. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys tell me in all honesty, I don't know if you guys watched the whole thing with me. Some of you did. We did. No, Erika Kirk did not do amazing. She didn't have so many one-liners that went viral. Erika Kirk goes viral because she is a, car crash with mangled people hanging out of the window, and people are driving by and they can't help but slow down and gawk at the crash. That's like 90% of why people watch her, hands down. And to watch her lie, and to read her body language, and to see what else is she going to do to like self-incriminate or self-destruct. But yeah, there's probably some that watch her and they're like, I don't know, I haven't met one. They might be real. Let me know if you met one.
Pick 25.
When you set out to pursue God's vision for your life, know that He will show up. He will provide, and He will honor your obedience to His calling. The world has a tendency to overcomplicate the most beautiful and simple things in this world.
Oh, yeah.
But to the women in this room who are Christian, it's actually quite simple. Uh-huh. The world will say your life belongs to you. It does not. Your life belongs to Christ.
Amen. And then
where did she get that from, you guys? Oh my gosh, it's not like that's just like some Christian. Oh my gosh, it's just like straight out of the Bible. Wow, she's like bringing the deep knowledge right now. Exegesis. Whoa, wow. Let her expound on the scriptures. She shouldn't be talking.
She goes in on the gender, I don't know what you want to call it, this Gen Z gender war. I think it's one of the most important things Erika is doing and can do when she communicates and gives speeches is bring together the men and the women.
Yeah, we can talk so much about how they've grown apart, but they have to live together. We literally have to live
need
together.
each other. It's true.
Unless you're Blake and then you live by yourself. Blake says, we have to live together. Is anyone out there willing to live with me? No takers? Okay, I'll go home by myself again.
Let's go ahead and try cut 26.
Man, I don't know what's going on with this video. It usually lets me see. Okay, this is where, hold on.
We know a horrible tragedy has happened to her, one of the worst things that can possibly happen. And she's always been so good at saying.
I'm trying to skip the part of Erika. We watched her already. It's excruciating to watch the same thing more than once of her. But my little friggin' finger thing that I click on is so big so you guys could see it, which is fine. When I try to click on the bottom, usually it has like the titles and like the chapters, or at least the picture will pop up and let me see, like see what I'm on. It's not letting me do that. So I'm sorry. We have to listen to her a little bit to get to the full part of Blake Neff and Andrew Kolvet lying.
Build together. That is God's design for us.
I want to go back to that first clip we played from Erika because it really moved me as we were watching it again just think Erika set a tremendous example over the past 10 months, but
you guys, I don't know. Is he serious? What kind of example, can you guys throw it up in the chat? What kind of example do you think that she set in the last 9 to 10 months? How to lie, how to obfuscate, how to deflect, how to distract, how to misinform, how to distort, how to ruin, not build, ruin somebody's legacy. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. They got nothing.
One of the best ways she's done so is we know a horrible tragedy has happened to her, one of the worst things that can possibly happen. And she's always been so good at saying, no, God's presence has always been here in my life. I can see how God's will is manifesting through all of this. And I have surrendered myself to God in the same way Charlie did. And that's a model all of us can live by.
Well, Kaylee McEnany said something very similar to that. Cut 28.
No, I don't want to listen to Kaylee McEnany. Okay, I just want to hear Andrew Kolvet lie.
As Savior because of the legacy that Charlie left. I believe that.
I believe that too, actually.
Wait. Wait. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it is something we want to hear. Hold on. Hold up. My bad, guys.
Cut 28.
There is a spiritual battle playing out, and Charlie Kirk consistently pointed to the truth. He pointed to light, and I believe there are millions who will be in heaven with us, who accepted Jesus Christ as Savior because of the legacy that Charlie left. I believe that.
I believe that too, actually. And I see proof of it all the time. I mean, so many of the young women that were at this event were saying similar things to me. They were stopping me saying, Charlie is why I rededicated myself in my faith. And yeah, go ahead.
We got an email while you guys were there. When we took a bunch of emails because it was Turning Point's anniversary, and we got another email from someone who said, my husband and I were inspired by Charlie to start a family. And if I interpret it right, they're about 2 months in for their first one.
Good, man. Listen, if one of the lasting legacies of,
oh my goodness, this is frustrating me. I can't see where they start talking about it. I had it
over and over.
We had like 5 here at Turning Point in the last.
Yeah, there's babies all over the place. Our office basically looks like a child
like a nursery.
Yeah, there's
BS.
Kids' toys everywhere. Once you get outside the studio, they're like little basketball hoops and little kids' tables and all the books. And anyway, so it's great. We love kids, and the whole event was a celebration of that. There was a little bit of leftist craziness, and Savannah Hernandez gave a great comment on this. SOT 22.
The fact that we have people outside that were swarming one of our entrances with clear Antifa emblems.
I found one that for some reason it'll let me do it on this one. So let's go here. Yeah, hold up. Where did I leave off? There it is. All right, so now it'll let me look at the bottom. Is it in? Cool, it's in. Because now I can see where I want to go because it's after. Hold up. Yeah, it's going to be right in here. Yeah, there it is. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what this reminded me of, you guys? Like the George Floyd riots. So like when we watch that side riot or do things like this, it just further polarizes us, right? And we know a lot of these people are paid, right? That they're not the majority. And yeah, there's some crazy extreme leftists, young kids that are doing these kind of things. But really, I also think that Erika and them going around and doing a lot of these things, they do them every year. So, I mean, like, it's not like whether they're doing some of this intentionally to create more division so that they also have more content and more justification to the donors, right? And to prove them right. Like, look, yeah, the left is the big threat. Look at what they're doing now. I believe that there is a real, divide, right? And there are some crazy people on the left. Like Trump said, there's some good people on both sides. There's some crazy people on both sides, but a part of me thinks that a lot of what we're watching them do, it's either a natural byproduct of what they're doing because they are so polarizing themselves now, or it could be all of the above, like that they are doing this as well to evoke, more of a response. And, and it could just be happening naturally, I think, too.
Just a positive little Saturday melee on the streets of, this is what boggles my mind. So you got 3,000 women that are doing, they're having a great time. It's peaceful. It's tranquil. It's exciting. It's everything that you would expect it to be.
All right, I'm going to get to the point. I was watching this earlier, and yes, that's important, but really the part that I want to hear is
on Turning Point in the wake of Charlie's assassination.
Hold on. is about the video.
Dead. And if in case there's any doubt, there's a living proof right there. That's how gross it is, right in front of our Women's Leadership Summit, which again is the most wholesome, like patriotic, wonderful event. There's nothing that controversial about what's going on. But
I mean, there is now because Charlie was assassinated. Erika Kirk took over, and you guys are lying to us as well. Because like, here's the other thing that people continually point out. This is a nonprofit organization that's ran and directed by a board. Charlie, yeah, he was their fearless leader, right? But just because Charlie said Erika should be CEO when I'm gone, which he didn't, okay? But even if he did, which he didn't, that wouldn't even matter. That wouldn't even matter. And who was it talking about? I think it was, Greg, the entheogenic Esquire, I think, talking about the fiduciary responsibility of the board, right? For the donors to ensure that the person that replaced Charlie was equipped, experienced, and qualified to do it. And Erika's none of those things. And just because Charlie said she should be CEO, which he didn't, and we'll show that today, doesn't even mean they should have done that. And that's what's crazy, and people I think are forgetting. Like, Charlie didn't own Turning Point. It was ran by the board. It was their decision. That's why it happened.
I bring that up because, nobody in this audience will be shocked to hear, this is not breaking news, that there are those bad actors that have wanted to somehow implicate or cast suspicion around Turning Point in the wake of Charlie's assassination. And a lot of this is really unfortunate because it's been targeted at Charlie's widow, Erika, obviously. And so we decided over the weekend we were going to troll the trolls. There's this video that has become a source of...
Okay, so that is why I think some of what they're doing, they are doing intentionally. And they're doing it for clicks. They're doing it for views. They're doing it to be divisive. They're doing it as a distraction, right? He just said it. He said it in this context with this video that he's about to share and show, but I think it could apply across the board, honestly. They know that the video that they released is not the Aspen event. We'll show that tonight. We know that when they gave Daily Wire the sit-down exclusive, or the Daily Mail, the video that they showed and the still shot of that video was Charlie in Korea and Japan wearing a tan shirt, filming, FaceTiming, or self-recording on his phone while he's talking. That wasn't it either. They're saying, and you're going to hear him say it tonight, he only supposedly said it one time on camera. So they've said multiple times, and you're going to hear him say it in a minute. Charlie said it a bunch. He said it a bunch, but he only said it one time on camera at the Aspen Donors Retreat. And then they shared this video over the weekend, which is not the Aspen's Donor Retreat, and I'll prove it to you.
Controversy.
Not even controversy, just obsession from bizarre people.
Yeah, just absurd. I don't even talk about it because I think the whole thing is so lame. And if
they
you're
demand
online,
overwhelming proof for the idea that Charlie loved his wife and would want his wife to carry on his mission.
Yeah. Well, it
wouldn't even matter even if Charlie wanted that. That's the point too. And Greg pointed that out. Greg Lake, an entheogenic Esquire. It doesn't even matter if Charlie wanted that or not. The board would have to have determined that putting her in charge as the CEO met certain qualifications and prerequisites, and that she was qualified, competent and capable to do it, and had the experience and, the wherewithal to be able to actually do it and do it right and effectively. Just because Charlie said so doesn't mean that she had to do it. And that's the other thing, that because Charlie said it, and he didn't say it, but they're saying Charlie said it, it just makes people accept it. And they knew that. They knew that a great majority of people would accept it as like Charlie's dying wish. Oh, he said it in Aspen. That was in August. That was like the last thing he said. Oh, wow. That means he meant it. And that means we got to do it then to honor Charlie for his legacy.
thing he told all of us, we all knew. We didn't talk about it because we thought Charlie was going to be with us for another 50 plus years. But like we all knew, the board knew this was the plan. Whatever. He said it one time in front of a camera.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? That's weird, right? He said it one time in front of a camera. He said it to us all the time. All the time he said it to us, but we thought nothing of it because we thought he was going to be here for another 50 years. But he told us all the time. He just was going around. He was going around telling us, like, if I die, Erika, CEO. If I die, Erika, CEO. If something happens to me, Erika, CEO. CEO, Erika, CEO. She'll do a great job. She'll do a great job. Yeah, right. A 31-year-old is going around telling everyone, if I die, if I die, if I die, Erika. No, he didn't. Knock it off. Oh, but he said it one time on camera. This one time he said it on camera. Here it is. Let's take a look. Let's hear these friggin' grifters, bro.
At a private event with donors in Aspen. So we figured we'd troll.
Okay, so he's saying it happened in Aspen at a private event, which was in August 2025. Keep that in mind because we know exactly where the Young Women's Leadership Summit in 25 was. And we also know where it was in 2023 and 2024. So when Charlie says, and he's referencing the Young Women's Leadership Summit from that year, from that video, and he says Dallas, and we know that in 2025 it was in Grapevine, then we know he didn't say this at the Aspen retreat in 2025. So
all the trolls, and you get a little taste of it here. SOT 21.
For 250 years, American women have been curated for this moment in American history, chosen to rise in a generation searching for truth, purpose, and conviction.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we were trolling. We just wanted to piss everybody off.
But there's a clip that we did play of basically Charlie says it was in the montage of Charlie saying, Erika will be CEO. It's what?
41. All right.
Okay,
let's
we have
do
enough
that
time.
very quick.
41.
The most important relationship in your life is the one that you have with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission.
I appoint my wife.
Okay, look at the background. All right, look at the background. What's really weird, too, we almost know for sure. It doesn't even say TPUSA, which is weird. They always usually have their little, whether it's a Turning Point Action event or a TPUSA event. So that's also a strange thing about this. But
to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
Hold on. Also, it's not going to let me click it at the right. So you can see Charlie's face. All right. You can see how he looks in this video and compare it to the day of the assassination, because this is supposedly in Aspen in August, in late August, and then he was assassinated in September. So his body composition shouldn't be that much different, if at all. Okay. This is not Charlie in 2023. This is not Charlie in 2025. This is Charlie in 2023.
Erika would do a great job.
All right, so that's the clip. Thank you, studio, for bailing me out there. But then, so we knew that it was going to be like, oh, it's AI or it's fake or whatever this, because that's what they do. They always move the goalpost here, and that's why it's a sucker's game to even play this. But it was really fun to be able to troll the trolls, stuff it in their face, and then watch them predictably melt down when the evidence was shown.
They instantly claimed, without any basis whatsoever, "Ooh, that's actually Charlie at ActCon in 2023. Evidence for this? None."
All right, let's go to that. Let's go to the evidence. Okay. All right, where's Candace? Here we go. Let's go here. Let me make sure you guys can see it. All right, this is a much longer clip of Charlie from that event. All right.
Also this summer, we hosted our Young Women's Leadership Summit. There's big concern. Who's going to do something to win over young women? We've been doing this for 10 years, everybody, for a decade. We've had tens of thousands of young conservative women that have been trained and that are now, they're running for Congress. They are running state representative campaigns. They're CEO of companies. They're moms. They're leaders in their community, in their church. Largest ever Young Women's Leadership Summit. This was back in June. 3,000 young women attended in Dallas, Texas. Here's a little.
In June, Dallas, Texas. Okay, let's go here. All right. So in 2023, in June, Dallas, Texas. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see it? If I need to make it bigger, I'll make it bigger, but it's right here, right? This bottom one. Oh my goodness, it's making me. All right. Right here. 2023, Dallas, Texas. Where was it in 2025? Which is when Aspen happened. It was in Grapevine, Texas. Okay. Yeah. It's also in June. It's always in June. But in 2025, okay, when they're saying he said this at the Aspen retreat, right? So if we go back to, let's see. Here, we can look at this one because this is Andrew Kolvet as well, right? And let me make sure I'm sharing it. I am. All right, cool. Right. He tries to say, and I think, I don't know if you guys want me to read this whole thing. Let me make sure my monitor is monitoring. My goodness. I want to be caught up. Hold on one second. All right. Andrew tries to say that this did not happen at ActCon 2023. It did. It most certainly did. And I'll show you even more proof. Okay. So he just said in that, my goodness, what is going on with my monitor? 1 second. I got to catch it up. All right. There we go. So in 2023 is where the turning point, ActCon was in, my bad. 2023, the Young Women's Leadership Summit was in Dallas, right? And he said right there, right? And supposedly he's talking about, the Young Women's Leadership Summit in 2025, and it was in Grapevine. Okay. Not to mention, I had someone send me pictures that was there. Okay. This is from the Aspen retreat. All right. This is from the Aspen retreat. This is from the Aspen retreat. All right. And yes, they had different stages. Okay. Yes, there's more than one stage. But also, if we were to go back to, let's see, is this the one where I asked, let me zoom out. Hold on. When I asked my brain about the ActCon and where it was. Hold on, let me find it. Are you guys looking at this? Yeah, you are. All right, cool. Sorry. That's Young Women. Okay, I need to go here. Here we go. All right. So I asked what was the backdrop for ActCon in 2023? Where was it? When was it? And here, so in 2023, the sign was building the machine for victory. Okay. And when I click on his opening remarks, it doesn't have anything similar to what he doesn't say that statement that they're trying to make him say. And let's see. Yeah, the backdrop had there was so much on here. Where's just the picture of it? Here. Okay. This is from ActCon 2023. All right. Not from Aspen 2025. All right. And they're trying to say this is what it looked like. Yeah. No. All right. My goodness, I had so many. Oh, I had this pulled up on here already. Yeah, it was hosted by Turning Point Action. Oh, that's ActCon, and it was in West Palm Beach. Right. All right. Because the video that they played Well, we already heard it, but this is the one from that Candace played. And Graham, of course, you know, Graham had to hop on X over the weekend. Dear Candace Owens and all your demonic cult members, here's the video proof that Charlie appointed Erika to lead TPUSA, something, or if something ever happened to him, right? And this is the one that they just played a second ago. And so we've heard it. Right?
USA if something happens to me.
This, so also that's the other thing. Look at Charlie's face right here. Let me see if I could pull up the photos from UVU. What was that? What was that guy's name that took those really good photos at UVU? What was his name? From with Charlie Kirk. What was his name? I used to have him too. Let me see. Maybe the chat will be able to tell me. Do you guys remember? Yes, McClintock. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. That's his ex. I don't want to go to the ex. I just want to go to his photos. No, that's the memorial. Where's just the, my goodness, from UVU. There we go. All right. Now, let me share. Okay. All right. This is what Charlie looked like, all right, in September 2025. All right. This is what Charlie looked like. Okay. He did not look like that. This is 2023. Okay. Not to mention the slogan for the ActCon in 23 was building the machine to victory. Also because ActCon is a turning point action event. And you know who'd be great to ask, and he's going to be on the show tomorrow, is Matthew Tucerone. And in fact, let me see what he put up on his X. I wonder if he put anything up on X. Let me go home. Matthew. There we go. No, that's not it. My goodness. Okay, if I go, let me see. If I go to my chat and I just click on his picture, I can go to his, where, where is it? There you are. There you are. Let me go to his homepage. Let's see. Oh, he didn't post anything about this. He did post something. You guys want to see? You guys want to see Alex Clark's husband? Here we go. Ready? Hold on.
They'll understand that what we do here is art. Yeah. Oftentimes people come and you're like, they don't understand. Yeah. They're demanding things. And as an artist, you know, you have to take your time. You have to create art. You can't rush art. They'll understand that what we do here.
Okay. How do I get out of here? Yeah, I don't see. Oh, I got to be careful on X. I don't know what I'm going to scroll down. Oh my gosh, I didn't even show you guys. Holy smokes. We don't see it. Yeah, my bad. Hold on. Oh, I'm doing the most. I'm doing the most. You're going to have to listen to him again if that's all right with you.
Don't understand that what we do here is art.
Sorry.
Oftentimes people come and you're like, they don't understand. They're demanding things. And as an artist, you know, you have to take your time. You have to create art. You can't rush art. Don't understand.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, you guys. I pulled a burn. I pulled a burn. Let me see if he did post one later down the road on his thing. No, but so I'll ask him tomorrow too, but I'm almost like 90% positive because of the dates, right? Because if Charlie said this thing in August 2025, he would have been talking about the Young Women's Leadership Summit from 2025. And that was in, oh my goodness, there's so many. Where is it? I don't want to speak out of turn again. Yeah, so the Young Women's Leadership Summit in 25 was in Grapevine, right? And in that video that they're saying is from the Aspen in 25, he just said the Young Women Leadership Summit that they did earlier that year was in Dallas. Well, that happened in 2023. And we know that in 2024, he didn't say that because in 2024, the Young Women's Leadership Summit was in San Antonio, okay? So everyone's right, and Candace is right, saying that's ActCon 2023, where he's saying that video. And that matches up when I asked Grok and ChatGPT what was the slogan and the backdrop, the billboard on the main stage at ActCon 2023. And it says, based on the event materials and description of that speech, the theme was not merely about winning a single election, but constructing a permanent grassroots political infrastructure, a machine capable of identifying voters, harvesting ballots where legal, organizing volunteers, mobilizing churches, and turning out low propensity voters in 2024. Yeah, it happened in 2023. Okay. So let's go back to here. Correction. Alex Clark's purse. Right. Yeah, I got you. I agree. Yes, it is.
Proof for this? None. Like trivially easy to debunk.
The reason we address it, and I actually on social media did as well on X, is because the community note got gamed. They weaponized it. They bombarded it probably. And so they had so many votes on it that's ActCon 2023. Nothing like the clip we showed. Yeah, there you go. Back and forth. So we had to address it. So the community note is now gone. I will tell you, thankfully. So now Grok is not misleading people that have legitimate questions.
Oh, did I miss a bunch? Sorry. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Thank you, Mystic. You're awesome. It's because I got so many tabs and I'm jumping across. I'm not on the StreamYard tab for very long. All right. So I got Renita's. Okay, we did that. Always Be True sent one. Right. We were expecting him to be around for 50 more years, yet CK kept saying, if anything happens to me, 85 years old Erika will take over. Right. Yeah, so stupid, right? So stupid. And then we got Always Be True. Candace showed clip on X from Aspen with, yeah, that's the one I showed. You saw that, right? That's the one I played from Candace's page, which is, no. No, what she showed is not from Aspen. Let me read her post. I'm almost positive that's not what she said. All right, let me exit out. So, all right, let me pause it. Let me read what she said. Let me pull it up. Here. Let's click on this. Am I not on the post? It says, you guys are some of the dumbest people in the world to not consider that I've been sitting on Charlie's Aspen video for the last 7 months. I'm light years ahead of you, toothless cogs who deserve nothing but the resentment you have earned from the entire world, since you are now shamelessly attempting to use an out-of-context text from 2021 to pretend that Charlie wanted to change the event from the Young Women's Leadership Summit conference to a BoomerCon NagFest. Here's the relevant portion from his Aspen donor event, captured just 3 weeks before he died, where he carefully laid out his vision for the organization for over 2 years. For over 2 hours. Please note Charlie's explanation that the past and future vision was for young women to gather at Young Women's Leadership Summit, but I'm sure he changed his mind a week later. She's saying this is from that. Hold on. This is the one we played, but he says Dallas at the end.
Also this summer, we hosted our Young Women's Leadership Summit. There's big concern. Who's going to do something to win over young women? We've been doing this for 10 years, everybody, for a decade.
Well, that's the other thing. In 2025, let's see, when was the very first where's my chat page? Where'd it go? Man, I got to pull another one up. All right, hold on. The very first Young Women's Leadership Summit was in 2015. Okay, so 10 years, could be 2025. But that doesn't, let me go back to her. Let me play.
We've had tens of thousands of young conservative women that have been trained and that are now, they're running for Congress. They are running state representative campaigns. They're CEO of companies. They're moms. They're leaders in their community, in their church. Largest ever Young Women's Leadership Summit. This was back in June. 3,000 young women attended in Dallas, Texas. Here's a little summary.
Oh, and that's the end. Okay, but in 2025, you guys, the Young Women's Leadership Summit was not in Dallas. That's what I'm saying. It was in Grapevine. So you guys see this right here, right? It was in Grapevine. It wasn't in Dallas. Okay, in 2023, it was in Dallas. Okay, in 2024, it was in San Antonio. Okay, 2023 is Dallas, 2024 San Antonio, 2025 is in Grapevine. Not to mention when I threw in, the ActCon 2023 theme, it said that it was building the machine for victory. Okay. So I don't know. I don't want to contradict Candace Owens, but I'm just saying with the information that I have, and then not to mention there's a young lady that sent me the pictures from Aspen. All right, here. And these are the two main stages from Aspen, okay, which makes sense. Mountains, investor retreat. Okay, it doesn't look like the same event at all. And then this is a smaller stage. Okay, and for a donors retreat, it's not going to be, it's a sit down. Yeah. Okay. The other one also had chairs, didn't it? In Andrew Kolvet's pictures. Let's see. In the ones that he posted. I'd have to pull it up. Let me see. Let me go home. Let me go to Andrew Kolvet. Okay. It's the first one. Let me scroll down and find it. Where he posted the pictures. Okay. Yeah, to me, this doesn't look like Charlie in 25 at all. Number one. Okay. They're saying that's the stage for the Aspen retreat. And this is the Turning Point Action 2023 stage. Which, I mean, I guess we'll ask Matt Tusserone when he comes on. But also I don't know, man. I guess we'll see when Candace comes back to what she can prove or what she can't prove with the video. But him saying that the Young Women's Leadership Summit that he's referencing earlier in that year in June was in Dallas, it doesn't match their own record of when it was in Dallas. In 2025, it was in Grapevine. You know, I guess is Grapevine I don't think Grapevine is a part of Dallas. I mean, it's outside Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, but it's not Dallas. Like, yeah, it's not even Dallas at all. So let me see if I can make this bigger. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the stream. All right, so here's Dallas. Okay, this is Dallas Fort Worth. All right. And Grapevine is right here. It's not even, it's on the other side. Dallas is way over here. And so in 2023 is when the last time it was in Dallas. And in 2025, the Young Women's Leadership Summit was in Grapevine. So why would he say Dallas then in that video? Can you guys help me figure that one out? It's not the same city. It's not even close. It's like 45 to an hour drive without traffic. So, yeah, if you guys can do me a favor while we're still getting, going, hit the like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Am I all caught up on supers? I am. All right, let's see. Man, I got way too many. Let's go here. Let's see what else he has to say.
Mission accomplished. Raheem Kassam joins us.
All right, that was it. Oh, wait, what did he say? Something at 40. Oh, he's just saying something about Trump. That's not even that important. And what did he say at 150? Hold on, let me see what I have. I got to get it just right.
Why refi? Investing in America's future. All right, Blake, we've got updates in the Iranian-Israel saga that are happening live.
We're following this with rapt attention. We want this conflict to end. I've heard enough about Iran for a lifetime, I will say. But there's promising signs. So just breaking now, I'm looking at the breaking news ticker, is that Netanyahu has said Israel is done striking Iran for the time being, which is what President Trump was saying, stop hitting them. And Iran says they're also halting their strikes against Israel. They do say they will resume if there are more strikes in southern Lebanon. That's been, of course, the source of constant tension there. It's basically the second front of this war, arguably the main one. I think.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. I remember what he says here.
People have died in Lebanon at this point than have died in Iran.
It's an important distinction. Yeah. And by the way, there was a report over the weekend, and this is something I'm looking at.
Yeah, right.
But it was reported in the New York Times that the Trump admin is seeing increasing threat of espionage from Israel over the Iran deal. So as Trump is pushing more and more for peace, Israel wants to sort of, I guess, finish the regime off in Iran. There is increased concern that there might be some espionage going on from Israel's side. Now, let me just be clear. We've known this. It happens both ways. The United States spies on allies as well as foes.
How weird is that? How weird is that? That you're in America, right? Oh, first of all, this is a BS story. All right. Yes, they've been spying on us. Okay. And yes, we spy on others. Like, that's so obvious and like commonplace. Like, it doesn't merit like its own segment and statement from any kind of media, right? Like, they're doing this to make it look like Trump is just like that whole phone call that he like, you crazy person, BB, what are you doing? They see that they are losing the majority of MAGA and America Firsters. And that every day that Trump stays in Iran and is, defending Philly and everything that they're doing, all we see is that we're an occupied nation. Okay. We're an occupied nation, right? We're like a vassal state, right? Like we are owned by them and operated by them, that they have to now create fake news of Trump yelling at Bibi, BS, okay? Or this news that came out over the weekend, like, oh, our news medias, we're really independent. Oh, yeah, we're reporting on Philly now. Philly's conducting espionage in America, and we don't like that because we don't want that to happen. Okay, guys, okay. And then he goes and it's like what they did when Huckabee was talking about with Tucker Carlson, and Tucker brought up the casualties, right, that Philly's doing, right, with Palestine in the West Bank over there in Gaza. And then Huckabee is like, they have the best civilian casualty rate, even better than the American military did in Iraq. They're a better military. They're more conscientious than the United States military is. That's like what Andrew's doing here, right? Like, he's like, okay. So yes, this news broke that Philly is doing espionage here on soil, but we do it too. We do it too, guys. So like, you're in America, you're an American citizen, and you felt the need to, after making that statement, felt the need to then point out, but we do it too, guys. But we do it too. That's just so weird.
This is a constant thing. But when you see it ramp up, when our objectives seem to be divergent more and more so, that shows just how much space is gathering between Bibi and President Trump here. It's very clear.
It confirms a few things. First, it confirms the lie. President Trump is not Bibi's puppet. He's not.
There it is. There it is. That's the reason for that piece right there. That's the purpose of the piece. Not that it's true, not that it's not true, just so they could say that. Same thing with that stupid phone call that no way did Trump call and like cuss and yell at Bibi. Get out of here. Gosh, do people really believe that here in America? Do people really believe that Trump called Bibi and like called him out? You crazy person. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, nope. The whole purpose for this piece was so that they could then say, see, Trump's not Bibi's puppet. We're not owned and occupied by Philly. Nope. We're independent here. We're free.
This guy who just obeys him, and I think they have differences and there's friction between them. This breaking news now, it affirms, frankly, what we've warned about, which is it's easier to get in conflicts than to get out. We've seen this struggle go back and forth, but it also shows that President Trump, I think, is very earnest about wanting to achieve a durable long-term peace. I think he went into this conflict thinking, I want to be the one who finally ends this cancer that's been going for nearly half a century now.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, President Trump went off on Bibi Netanyahu. They had that.
There we go. So, if Andrew and Blake say it and they say it on Real America's Voice, it's a lie. That's it. End of story. We can wrap up. Bye. See you tomorrow. That's it. If Andrew and Blake are saying it, it's a lie. We know that by now. Okay. And now we know that they said the two things that I just said. Their whole purpose was to try to make it seem like Trump is independent. He's not owned and occupied. We're not. He's, he's calling Bibi and cussing and got in a fight with him. And now we have this piece just released on the weekend that Philly's doing espionage here. We got to stop this. Okay. These are the new Fox News pundits right here. These two.
Very stern call where he said, knock it off, stop the strikes. I want peace. Let's get this thing over the finish line. To Blake's point, to all the people that were saying that Trump is just Bibi's puppet, you're having a tough time right now with the reporting because President Trump expletive-laced call where President Trump told them what to do. You see the multiple truth posts where President Trump is telling them, hey, knock it off. We want peace. Stop throwing missiles at each other. Stop lobbing missiles at Israel, and Israel stop lobbing missiles at Iran.
If we really wanted Philly to listen, why don't we go like this? Do what we tell you or we pull all the billions of dollars we're sending you. Do what we tell you, or we stop helping and supporting you. Do what we tell you, or the floodgates close, right? Like, we're done supporting you. You're not listening to us. Like, if Trump was serious about leveraging anything over Bibi and getting Bibi and Philly to listen to us, we have some massive tools at our disposal, things that they depend on, things that they want. Okay? All of our support, all our military, right? Our men and women in uniform, right? Our Navy, our Air Force. And what about the millions and billions of dollars that we send there every year? From us, we do that. It's our money. Taxes come out of us. We do that. Why doesn't he say, it's all going to stop, dude? Knock it off. We're out. And then, of course, he's not going to knock it off. So then we pull it and we go. Oh, yeah. A stern talking to. Sit down, young man. Let me tell you what I got to say. Yeah, that's going to do it. I can't believe people buy this. I can't believe people believe it.
Okay, you fired off your missiles. We want peace.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe, knowing what I know about President Trump, watching him, observing him over the years, there's a part of him that is probably a little bit bored of this conflict.
All right. That's enough. Let's go. Let's see. Where is it? Let's go here. Let me exit some of my tabs. I got too many tabs. Okay, wait. Actually, before we do the Trump interview, because don't worry, I got a timestamp to the best part that we're going to look at. But before we do that, I want to show you guys some things, okay? So TPUSA, and you guys can also do this, right? And I'll make it bigger for you guys in a second. You can go to, so Turning Point USA has their own channel. Charlie Kirk has his own channel. Real America's Voice has its own channel. And now Andrew Kolvet has his own channel. And I think he actually has two channels, right? And I'll show you, right? So this is TPUSA, all right? This is Charlie Kirk. And then he has this one linked at the bottom, Andrew Kolvet, which has 115,000 subscribers, which is disgusting because he put this on here and linked it to TPUSA to put people, to Charlie Kirk, to route people to him, right? Yeah. And so this is the one with 115,000 subscribers, and yet he's got like 5 videos, right? One video here of Charlie, not even of him, okay? And then these 5 videos, right? And then he also has, so then we have, oops, wait, did I show you that? Oh my gosh, I didn't. Oh my goodness, I'm moving too fast tonight. So I'm sorry. All right, so the first one I showed you was Turning Point. Now we're on Charlie Kirk. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not organized tonight. My apologies. Okay, Charlie Kirk, right? But they link Turning Point, and then they link Andrew Kolvet with 115,000 subscribers. He links his page here, right? Now we go here. This is that page. Okay. Right. All right. Yes. Man. All right. He's got one video of Charlie Kirk, and then he's got these 5 down here. All right. Next, we have Real America's Voice. All right. And then we have one more, and then we have this Andrew Kolvet, which is weird, and he only has 982 subscribers, and then he's got 2 videos. Yeah, I don't understand that. But on here, on Real America's Voice, right, if we go to playlists, let me make sure it's on here. All right. If we go to playlists, right, and we try to find, I'm on playlists. Yeah, let me find Charlie. It's organized different on the computer than it is on the phone. So it's not in the same order that I was looking at earlier. Well, I can't find the one I was going to point out on here, but on the Charlie Kirk show, right? If we go to his playlists, all right, it has him over the years. And what I recommend doing is just go back and look at him over like from 2023 to 2025. And you can see the different faces of Charlie as his body weight and, his body, his appearance changed over the years. Okay. What I also found is interesting is this is where a lot of videos have all been scrubbed. They're not even here. All right. Like and they'd be on the playlists. Or you have to go back one by one all the way through to try to find the ones that we want. Like, what should be on here? So the ActCon 2023 should be on here, and it's not. It's not on here. The only thing that exists of that is an audio on like IMDb and another place. Yeah. But let's see. Where's the one where they just re-uploaded a bunch of Candace Owens videos here, but they're all like a couple minutes. Okay. So Candace here and Candace and Charlie here. Guess what's not here is Candace and Charlie in Hawaii. It's just clipped. Let's see. Where's the one where it's Candace destroys? No, that's not it. That's Black Lives Matter. Maybe it's on here.
You always talk about how.
No. It would be under campus. Goodness gracious. It's so hard to see it on this one. I had found it earlier because these are the playlists. It shouldn't go straight to the video. It should go to, I don't know where it's at now.
Like, I'm not homophobic.
I don't know why it's going to the video. It should take me to the actual playlist. Anyway, you can look back at the faces of Charlie Kirk over the years and see his different, the way he looks over the years. And in 2023, he doesn't look how he looked in 2025, right? And yeah, most of these are just all little videos. So they're full form videos they took down. All right. Now let's go back to Trump. Sorry. All right. My apologies if tonight was scattered and I screwed up a lot tonight. Not my best night. We're not done yet, but I had like 20 tabs in the beginning. And all right, no excuses. I screwed up. Please forgive me. I won't screw up now. All right.
By crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy like Bolton was a dirty cop.
But there's no evidence.
Wait a minute. You think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
Who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No, but
they had FBI.
Assaulted police
listen
officers.
to me. They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into the building. Those people walking around, they're looking always in this thing. They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
Sir. There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly, what they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
No, there's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off the table?
Look at the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled guilty?
Should they be exempt?
Because they told they were going to jail for 15 years if they didn't.
Should they?
They pled guilty because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
You'd be okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund was going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake dirty press, the crooked press, people like Stupid Biden. He's not smart enough to know what's going on. But people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying. But let me ask you about Todd Blanche. Let me ask you about Todd Blanche.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous evidence. There's nothing
Well,
but
it's not been
evidence. The
presented
election
in a
was
court of
rigged.
law.
It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
You've never
California.
presented evidence
It's happening
that the
right
2020
now in
election was
California.
rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening
the
in
evidence
California.
to that?
It's
The
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. It's no, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with.
That's how they count
You know
the
why
votes
they're doing
in
that?
California.
Because they're cheating on the election.
What? Do you have evidence to support
All
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not
And I
evidence.
listen. And I listen to people. And let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think
and
it's appropriate
That's how they
that they
count the votes in
Do you
California.
think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a
State
winner?
and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote
They're
in
crooked,
California.
just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
Let's
So you
continue.
play right into their hands. then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
Let's
You play
continue.
right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
You know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
You
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and
But
Meet the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so
President-
is ABC and CBS and CNN.
I got to say, this is why people liked him and probably why so many still do, even in the midst of all of the lies that he's, fed to us and corruption that's clearly going on. Because he did this and most presidents never did anything like this. But watch him freak out. I had to pause it for a second. If I play it too long uninterrupted, they'll kick the stream.
But Mr.
Your
President,
one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the
traveled
rain with
all.
you.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
we
great
traveled
with a
all,
dishonest
listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
He stepped on the mic. He stepped on the mic on the way out. He threw it down and dropped it. And then he stepped on it as he went out. I mean, you got to love that part of him, willing to call that out. But like, he won't do that with the Jeffy Epi files. Won't do that with his own administration. Won't do that with Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Won't do that with, Utah County Attorney's Office with the Charlie Kirk investigation. Won't do that with BB. Won't do that with Philly. Won't do that with the things that matter most to us, but he'll do it with them, Yeah, and I agree. J6 is a big deal and people were hurt by it. And it looked like it was mainly done by Biden's FBI. Yeah. But like, honestly, the FBI right now under Trump isn't any better, right? Like, look at how they handled Charlie Kirk. Look at, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Look at, or even, when Trump's administration took over from Butler, and if you don't know, Tucker Carlson just had a dude on and went deep into the Butler PA thing, and I can give a little snippet of it, but I got to be careful playing too much Tucker Carlson. But I recommend going back and watching this video if you haven't done so, because it shows that we know barely anything. What we do know, we get from Tucker Carlson, from the doc that he did, and then from this interview, and then other people that have done things on the Butler assassination attempt. But Thomas Matthew Crooks seemed to have been connected with FBI and people within government and intel agencies and was being trained. And yeah, there's just so many anomalies, and this gentleman's going to compare it to Tyler Robinson. And that doesn't really talk about Tyler Robinson, but this is the part that
was the second would-be assassin, and this happened on September 15th, 2024, just over 2 months after Butler. Trump's golfing on his Palm Beach golf course. He's on the 5th hole, and the Secret Service is doing an advance on the next hole, and an agent spots Ruth hiding in the bushes with an SKS rifle. The agent initially thinks this is a homeless guy until he sees a rifle pointing right at him. He shoots 5 times at like point blank range, about from 5 or 10 feet away.
Okay, right here he's talking about Ruth. He's talking about the other one, but wait till he says what he says.
This is all 5 times, but causes Ruth to flee. Yeah. Yeah.
He missed him 5 times at close range.
And presumably the Secret Service officer had a rifle too. It's not like he pulled out his pistol or anything, because he's on the advance, probably armed and ready. So,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, another security failure.
Well, an embarrassing one too.
Yeah, I guess he gets credit for at least not hesitating. But again, the gun's pointed at him. So, but he did cause Ryan to flee, and Ryan's caught 45 minutes later in another.
He actually got away?
Yeah. And so this isn't the Secret Service that caught him either. And he could have been at large. This could have been another like Tyler Robinson situation with the Kirk case, where he gets into his daughter's Nissan Xterra and speeds off. And it was actually a witness.
Oh, I just realized what he meant by that. Oh, my goodness. I think this guy actually, well, I don't know. I can't speak for him. It sounds like, though, he's talking about as if he believes the official narrative, which is weird because this guy's like all about, if you listen to the whole thing, like he's all about not trusting official narratives and the government, and they're willing to create patsies and even people that they'll put up to do assassinations and then frame them. And then, but then he says like it could have been another Tyler Robinson situation, but that's the official narrative, that Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk and then fled and got away for 33 hours, right? I didn't make it past that part, so I'll have to go back and see what he finishes saying. But anyways, all right, let's see. All right, let me get rid of some of these on my tabs on my screen because I had way too much on here. Let me go to my profile. This just popped up. I wanted to play this because I thought this is funny. Trump being booed at Madison Square Garden. Trump being booed. Yeah, I would say no, 90. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Holy smokes. I shared the tab, but then didn't. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Not my best night. Not my best night. I think I need to slow down, jumping all over the place. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. I know I read that you guys said, yes, it's okay. It's part of life. But I'm pretty hard on myself. So I'm going to look back at this and be like, ugh, what an idiot. What a goober. What a goober I am. Yeah, I don't think the polls reflect the people's sentiment at all. At all. All right. Let me read this thing from. So you guys remember Erin Molan, right? We talked about her in Australia. Let's see. From other Aussies in Australia, go hard on Erin Molan. She sold out and is an un-Australian. She has no credibility whatsoever in this country. She's the laughing stock of our nation. She's such an embarrassment. It makes me sick. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to read the part that's personal. Okay, yeah, he goes, we had an iconic weekly show in Australia called The Footy Show, and it ran for about 30 years. until they stupidly decided they wanted to try and appeal to the female audience. So they brought her in onto the hosting panel, and the show was act within, or axed, probably, right? Probably axed, or given the axe within 1 or 2 years. She's so hated in Australia, she will never work here again. Wow. Her father was a politician who I actually voted for. I didn't know that he may have been compromised by Philly until I realized that she's been bought out by Philly. So, yeah. And let's see. No, Coach. I didn't know Coach made fun of her on his show. I'll have to watch that. It was hilarious. You could show the clip, I guess, if you can find it. Barron did too. Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't been catching their shows. Haven't had the time. But I didn't know Coach and Barron also. I mean, what's sad is that she's big here, right? That Erin is big here. And when I went through her comment section, I made one comment and then people like freaked out. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. She responded though, and I thought that was funny. But she's really big here, you know, and she's probably big among like middle to older female, you know, Christian conservatives that are Protestant probably, and buy into the whole Zionism and Judeo-Christian blah, blah, blah. So it's just sad to see people defend her and that they believe her. Is just kind of sad. But it's interesting that, yeah, her audience isn't in Australia. But do you guys, so going back to Candace Owens, do you guys actually think the video that she showed is from Aspen with building the machine for victory poster in the back? Do you guys actually believe that's from Aspen? I don't know if this person on X like wants to be, let's see. Let me go to her page and I can show you. So I can't show that. Where is her post from? Hold on, I got to find it before I pull it up. Hold on. I'm looking for it. When did she post it? I'll find it. Hopefully she didn't take it down. Okay, so there's that one. So there must be where's the one where she posted multiple pictures? All right, here we go. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Oh, it's because I exited them all out. Wait, what? I thought I just hit share this tab. I didn't. You know, we have good nights and then we don't. And this is one of those days. All right. If I zoom in too much, so let me do this to make it bigger. If I zoom in too much, it won't let me scroll up and down. But so Mags, she said, here is the backdrop from Aspen. 2 different rooms. I was there. Never, ever would it have come up. Doesn't even make sense that he would have said that at this event. This is not the same backdrop as the one they are showing. I took these photos. Okay. And then, yeah, she put this up here. The Building the Machine event was Charlie Kirk's opening remarks, building the machine for victory at ActCon 2023. Turning Point Actions Conference held in July 15, which means it would have made sense if he was talking, because in that at that conference on that stage, he's talking about June, right? That we just had the biggest, event of the time in Dallas at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, which was in June in Dallas in 2023. But in 2025, it was in Grapevine. So help me understand that, right? Let me read. She said, and me sharing this isn't to say anything negative. I'm merely showing what Aspen event looked like versus that video, just not the same rooms I was in with the video of him circulating around. Yeah, my entire thing was, this was the Aspen event looked like compared to the video they shared or they showed. I don't care what other rabbit holes you want to go down. I'm just showing y'all what it looked like, right? And then so these are the photos that she showed, right? This one. And then this is the main stage, okay? And wait, can I go back one? Yeah, because then other people started going off on her, right? And she's like, I'm just telling you what I saw when I was there and what it looked like. Yeah, she said, I don't have false information. I said I said where I was. Don't call me a liar. If you want to obsess over me, you will see. I also shared that there was another room. Maybe find your focus there. I also reached out to her, and hopefully she'll get back to me. I'd love to talk with her about what she saw and experienced at that event, because I honestly don't think the video, and so I don't know why Candace would have shared that video saying it's from Aspen. If I'm wrong, I'll say it. But I think taking Charlie at his own words, talking about the Young Women's Leadership Summit in Dallas, kind of dates it. That gives you what year that was, because we know what years the Young Women's Leadership Summits were in what cities. And in 2025, they were in Grapevine. And Grapevine is a totally different city on the other side of Dallas-Fort Worth, which is on the other side of Dallas. So him saying that that was in Dallas just doesn't make sense if that's 2025. So, yeah. But you guys can also, any mommy sleuths and internet sleuths that want to help me dive deeper into that and do some research as to what events were in what cities and where. Okay. And the other thing that's crazy is that TPUSA could just post the full video from Aspen and from ActCon 2023 and prove us all, like, settle this, but they don't want it settled. They don't want it settled at all. So yeah. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. I complimented Matt when we were discussing Barron. Okay. I don't know. I can't get involved in the back and forth in the chat. Okay, I've caught up on all the supers. Let's see. You know what I can do though? I can pull up 1 second. Let me go to YouTube. Let's go here. Let's pull up a video of Charlie. And even though this is, oops, I need to do that second. Don't worry. I know I haven't shared it yet. Hold on. I'm not going to do it again. Let me make sure it's not them talking. Oh, it is. Let me go. Man, Blake, I don't want to see you talking, dude. All right. Never mind. I'm not going to share that video. Hold on. That's not the video I want to share. All right. Let's go to playlists. Let's go to let's watch one of his old.
Personally, I'm so
okay. I feel like we maybe seen this one, but you guys can let me know if we've seen this one or not.
that really values free speech, right, and like an uninhibited engagement among people that disagree. And it's really unsettling to me that you have this website, professorwatchlist.org, right? Yep. That basically tells conservative students that, hey, these professors are very liberal, and you should avoid them. It doesn't say avoid them. The official statement I read said just to expose. Okay, fine, expose. But even in that, I feel like that colors thought, so that it really teaches conservative people.
Do you think when a professor says something like,
hold on,
the hurricane victims of Houston deserve to die because they supported Trump, do you think that professor should be called out for that?
I think, yes, it's important to call them out, but I don't think
so. That's what our project does.
Oh, I understand what you're intending to do, right? But how it's received is it's something where it's really, you're coloring their speech to where it's not free speech.
No, but
you're
we're not
telling them
saying
what to do
it's
beforehand.
not Professor Blacklist or Professor Hitlist.
But
we're not saying they should shut up or be fired.
But for example, so this one professor, I think his name was Alberto Ponce.
Okay.
I was reading the list and it said that he was basically he was saying these things, and he was saying that, oh, the Constitution is a white man's Constitution.
That's quite right.
Hold on, I think these will be better of Charlie, because that's him talking, the kid talking a lot. This is just of Charlie.
Morning. It is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was up quite early. So yesterday we were in Washington, D.C. I was able to stop by the White House and see the president, which was amazing. He's at the Kennedy Center right now in phenomenal spirits, and he was just in a great spot. He's like, we're building the ballroom. They're redoing the Rose Garden. He is in his element. And then just shuffled on up to New York City, got a couple hours of sleep, and I was up early at, I think, like 5:15. And to go join Squawk Box. I've known about the show for a while. Just so you understand, Squawk Box might not be a program that a lot of you in this audience watch. But it is, and this was confirmed based on a lot of messages I got, it certainly is a drumbeat of a lot of the C-suite. You could call it the ruling class. I don't even mean that pejoratively. It certainly sets the tone for the markets and the economic mood of the day. It is a mood setter for markets. And based on the incoming I was getting, a lot of people that are controlling serious capital allocations watch the program. So we had an opportunity to go on Squawk Box, and they treated me great. It was really amazing. I got to give CNBC credit. They showed up, obviously did makeup, and they said, here, just go right on the set. There was no kind of like,
I thought this was going to be clips of him over the different years on media, or it's him probably playing the clips. Let's see.
Starting to see the economy heat up. Okay, so can I ask one question?
You can.
This is the take him literally or take him literally, take him
Trump.
Figuratively question, right?
Okay.
Because we've all been.
These aren't the ones, man. I had them earlier. What the heck? Let me go back. Maybe it is on. Oh, you got to click full playlist. So that's what I didn't do earlier. No, that's got music. I can't do that. I don't know how he did that. I don't know. I don't want to play something and then get dinged. All right, hold on. I'm so sorry, you guys. What a crazy night. All right, that's all done. All right. I think I got to all the super chats tonight. It's a little bit shorter of a show tonight. I know that there'll be an X space going on after the show for those of you that have X on your phone. I think either Mystic or Kay are doing it. Matt, it's okay. It's Monday. Thanks. Yeah, I'd really love to hear you guys' thoughts, though. Like, what do you guys think about the video? Do you actually think the video that Candace showed is from Aspen, even though the lady that was at Aspen showed photos and it doesn't look like that stage? And then Charlie's saying that the Young Women's Leadership Summit from that year was in Dallas, but in 2025, it was in Grapevine. And then the ActCon 2023 backdrop is the Building the Machine for Victory with the United States all in red. Yeah. I don't know what to make of all that. You know? And then, yeah, like Andrew, Kolvet, and Blake acting like they debunked everybody by releasing this video. And like that clipped video has so many issues in it of itself. They didn't just play, like, why not just play the full Aspen video then? Why create this video intentionally to make it to where, you know, if your goal is to like calm the seas and to debunk everyone's and to like prove Charlie really said this, why wouldn't you just play the full video from that event and we can see the whole thing in context, and it would put all the questions to bed, because it doesn't say what they think they say or what they're saying it said. And clearly, even in the video that they play, like Charlie's smiling, he's saying it sarcastically, he's saying it in jest, he's not saying it honestly. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. And I don't know what to make of Candace saying that that video is from Aspen when people from Aspen are saying that's not from Aspen and it doesn't match the backdrop or Charlie talking about, yeah. And I'm going in circles, but all right, I got to all the supers. There's no more supers. I was trying to give you guys time to get them in. If you guys haven't done so already, please hit the like and the subscribe. It's the best way to help support the channel. I appreciate it. And then if you guys also want to donate or support, but you don't like giving money through YouTube, you can do it here at the Black Line Brief Venmo account. You just scan the QR code, or you can do it here at buymeacoffee.com/the Black Line Brief. Just make sure when you do so, you put up what you would like your donation or money to go to. Yeah, I agree, MRK. No context equals invalid. Yep. And then that's not even bringing up all of the possible AI issues, right? Like his teeth, his eyelid, his mole is gone, the TPUSA, half circle arrow symbol logo. When you play it and you watch it, it moves. It moves. His hand does some weird things. If it's 2025, okay, that's the other thing. In 2025, they have the best cameras. That event is not from 2025. The one that they're showing. That camera, that video is grainy. It's not clear. Like this is a donors retreat that they're going to use video from that event of Charlie speaking down the line for promotional videos to try to get donors to give money. They're going to use the best, of everything. And I don't believe that's what we're looking at when we look at that video. And so I guess we'll have to wait for Candace to come out and tell us, to show what receipts she has. So yeah, I know the whole thing about Paramount Tactical and Grok and the trends and is it accurate? Paramount Not So Tactical, ask Grok if Google Trends is accurate. So you mean to tell me you ask AI if Google is right? Lord, give you strength, sir. I've had people that are like in tech reach out to me and gave me like a lot of information on Google search trends not being as straightforward like as people may think, right? And there's so many variables that we don't know. People could be using VPNs, all sorts of things that us knowing the location where it is searched from it's like we don't know for sure, So yeah, I don't know. But all right, if everyone's caught up and we're all good to go, then I will end there. Thank you guys so much for your support and for being here. Oh yeah, here's the other thing. After the video posts, can you head over there and just write like a comment? And also you can hype it. Like it has that box you swipe, the 3 little dots or 4 dots. You swipe and it says hype. If you hype it, it's free. It doesn't cost anything to hype it. But when you hype the video and enough people hype the video, it helps spread the video to new viewers, and that helps. So those 2 things are free. So if you guys could do that, it helps support. That'd be awesome. All right. God bless you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. God bless. Bye.